What is up, ladies and gentlemen? It is your boy Yuka here. Today we've got an interesting topic. Uh, Wizards will be coming out with a new set that players have been asking for quite a while. Yeah, as you know, it's going to be Dominaria. We're going to be going back to Dominaria in April, according to their website. So yeah, that's pretty big news. They'll be bringing us back to the original setting of Magic the Gathering, hopefully returning a few great cards, characters, mechanics, things that we don't have to the standard and modern metas, and bring them in. So I think that'll be pretty cool. So yeah, I'm gonna be talking about this in like two, maybe possibly three, but probably two parts. And this is just entirely my speculation at this time. And as more information is released, I'll be making more videos on this, of course. So yeah, I'm just gonna be speculating and making a few predictions. And this video is going to be dedicated to some characters that are maybe going to be in the storyline. I'm just trying to brainstorm some things, and I did this earlier today. So let's try to figure out who's going to try to save and destroy the multiverse. All right. Ugh. Firstly, let's get to the big baddie. Let's get him out of the way. What I'm going to go ahead and say is going to be Nicol Bolas. He's got his hands in fucking everything. He's had things to do with shit. He's had things to do with the release of the Eldrazi. He's had to do with Amonkhet. He's had to do with the events of Kaladesh, and he's even had to do with the events of it's been speculated that he's had to do with the events on Ixalan, since he's it's been kind of summed up that he was the one that betrayed Azor on Ixalan and left him high and dry in the city of Erazga. So yeah, there's that part. All right, but and we just don't appear to be through with him quite yet, as he wasn't defeated on Amonkhet. In fact, he massively fucked up all of the Gatewatch, and they got dispersed through everywhere apparently. So yeah, it makes sense since this Elder Dragon Planeswalker does have some significant ties to the plane, as it's home world before his spark ignited. He's got cards that have been reprinted as just legendary creatures, Elder Dragon. Yeah, and he now has the planar bridge and a pretty large army of some super zombies. So he has the ability to go to and conquer any plane he pleases. Alright, so his first target for this, it has to be a special one. And what could be more special to a power-hungry planeswalker than acquiring the untold power he once had before the mending? According to an MTG Salvation user, Silverwolf27, this might be the case. They say that since the mending was done on Dominaria, that Bolas might think it may be undone there as well, and he may achieve his Planeswalker God status again. So yeah, there's that. Also, I'm thinking that we could see a return of the Phyrexians, since Urza kind of had a whole big millennium-long war on the fucking Phyrexians to fight them off of Dominaria. They may come back for the plane once more. That could be a thing as well. We've seen no evidence of that, and there's nothing pointing to that yet, but Wizards they're known to surprise us with things every once in a blue moon. And you know, this is probably going to be a good set. So, with that out of the way, we're going to go ahead and discuss our good guys. So, a Johnny Goldman may also make an appearance in the storyline. Maybe not as a card himself, since he was just printed in Kaladesh, but our cool-headed kitty man objected to the plan of going to Amonkhet immediately to face Bolas in favor of gathering more allies and becoming better prepared for a battle between the Magic Justice League and an infinitely wise and infinitely powerful villain. So he split off from the group to do just that. So if Nicol Bolas has anything to do with the upcoming set, I bet that Johnny does as well. As far as possible allies go, I could name a few that we haven't seen in a while, or we haven't seen their planeswalker form, or they're just not as big of a character that Wizards might want to give a little bit of a spotlight to because they're, from Dominaria. So, Teferi, of course. Let's go with Teferi. Not the fairy, but Teferi. Alright, so the Teferi is a time wizard. He's adept in all the temporal goodness that we blue players like to use. He also happens to be one of Urza's students and an attendee of the Tolarian Academy. And he also happens to be a planeswalker that we haven't seen in quite a while, and his planeswalker form isn't even playable in anything other than like casual and EDH because it was only printed in a pre-built commander deck. So being an early student of Urza, who is pretty much the most powerful planeswalker ever, means that Teferi himself could have a great deal of power under his belt, and his manipulation magic of time and stuff could definitely be useful in the fight against really any enemy that the Gatewatch could try to defeat. So next up is our favorite hulking metal friend, Karn. So being a powerful planeswalker to come out of the scars of Mirrodin block, he could use a new printing to breathe some life into his character. Karn was created by Urza as part of the Legacy. He's a big metal golem with the ability to planeswalk. So he was pretty powerful already, but as Urza died in the heat of battle with the Phyrexians in their initial war, Urza's spark was fused with Karn, making him an even more powerful planeswalking entity. Having part of the legacy of Urza on the Gatewatch crew could be pretty beneficial for protecting the multiverse from threats like Bolas, the Phyrexian, New World Order, Lizardmen like Mark Rosewater, whatever they could face. Plus, I'd just love to see Karn tell Bolas to bite his shiny metal ass. I think that'd be pretty funny. And then I think we might see. Well, no, because it was reprinted. It was printed in Amonkhet, but I want to say Liliana could have an appearance. Maybe not as a card, but maybe in the storyline. She is native to Dominaria, actually, and during the battle with Bolas on Amonkhet, when the Gatewatch was just completely fucked up and dispersed, she may have ended up marooned on her home plane, left to face whatever baddie of this storyline is with her own way of handling the bad guys. Which we know she's black magic, so it's probably going to be something pretty badass. So, honestly, I hope the Gatewatch follows in the footsteps of Urza, and they find a way to defeat Bolas on another plane by searching through the ruins of certain places, talking to certain Dominaria characters that may have known Urza, may have studied under him. But I want them to see something tie in with Urza's power, since he's a very key figure and a key character to this plane. All I know is since Wizards got Dr. Richard Garfield back on the design of this set, it'll be just as beautiful as the last two sets he worked on, the original Innistrad and original Ravnica blocks. So, yeah, those were freaking amazing, and so many great cards came out of those, and hopefully there's some great cards come out of this one as well. Well, on that happy note, it's time to end. Thanks so much for watching. Mark Rosewater is a reptilian lizardman. See you guys for the next video. Peace.
up slowly. Silent in wonder, breathless I utter. You